Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into two of the most misunderstood and often misused terms in political and economic discourse: socialism and communism. You hear them thrown around all the time, sometimes interchangeably, sometimes as insults. But what's the actual difference, and why is it so crucial to understand it? Let's clear the air. While they share some common roots, socialism and communism are distinct ideologies with different goals, methods, and historical outcomes. Think of it like this. All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. In a similar vein, communism is a type of socialism, but socialism isn't necessarily communism. To truly grasp these concepts, we have to go back to the mid-19th century and the mind of Karl Marx. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, creating immense wealth for some, but also incredible poverty and exploitation for many others. Marx, observing this, developed a critique of capitalism that would profoundly influence both socialism and communism. Marx argued that capitalism inherently creates class struggle between the bourgeoisie, the owners of capital, and the proletariat, the working class. He believed that the proletariat would eventually rise up, overthrow the bourgeoisie, and establish a new society. His ultimate vision was a society where the means of production, factories, land, resources, were owned collectively, not privately. This, he believed, would eliminate class distinctions and exploitation. This is the bedrock idea from which both socialism and communism developed. Now, let's talk about socialism. Unlike the singular revolutionary vision of Marx, socialism is a broad umbrella of economic and political theories that advocate for social ownership or control of the means of production. But here's the crucial part. It's a spectrum, not a single destination. On one end, you have democratic socialism, which is what most people in countries like Scandinavia practice. This isn't about violent revolution. It's about achieving socialist goals through democratic means within a capitalist framework. Think strong social safety nets, universal healthcare, free education, and robust workers' rights, often funded by higher taxes. Private property and markets still largely exist. Then you have market socialism, where state-owned enterprises compete in a market economy, or where worker cooperatives own and manage businesses. The goal is to distribute profits more equitably among workers. The key takeaway for socialism is often about reducing inequality and ensuring a more just and equitable distribution of wealth and resources, often through government intervention and social programs, without necessarily abolishing private property or market mechanisms entirely. Now, let's turn to communism. If socialism is a broad path, communism, in the Marxist sense, is the ultimate destination, the revolutionary end goal. Marx envisioned communism as the final stage of societal development, following a transitional period he called socialism. For Marx, true communism was a stateless, classless, moneyless society, where all means of production are communally owned, and goods are distributed from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. In this ideal, there would be no private property, no economic exploitation, and no need for a coercive state. The problem? This ideal has never been fully achieved in practice. Historically, attempts to establish communist societies have often resulted in authoritarian regimes, central planning, and a significant loss of individual liberties. Countries like the Soviet Union and China, while often called communist, were arguably in what Marx would have called the socialist, or dictatorship of the proletariat phase, a transitional period aiming for communism, but never actually reaching the stateless ideal. The key differentiator: communism, as a theoretical ideal, calls for the complete abolition of private property, markets, and the state itself, through revolutionary means. Socialism, in its many forms, often aims for social ownership or control within an existing state or market system. So, why the constant confusion? Part of it is historical. Many self-proclaimed communist states used socialist in their names or as a description of their policies. The Cold War also blurred the lines, with the West often painting all forms of socialism with the same brush as Soviet-style communism. But understanding the distinction is vital. When someone advocates for socialist policies today, they are almost certainly not advocating for a violent overthrow of the government or the complete abolition of private property. They are usually talking about policies like universal health care, public education, or stronger social safety nets, ideas that are common in many successful capitalist democracies. Conflating socialism with communism not only misrepresents the diverse ideas within socialism, but also prevents meaningful discussion about economic policies and social welfare. So, there you have it. Socialism, a broad spectrum of ideas about social ownership and reducing inequality, often within a democratic framework. Communism, a revolutionary ideal aiming for a stateless, classless, moneyless society, as envisioned by Marx. They are related, but fundamentally different. What are your thoughts on socialism and communism? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.